Welcome to our Sunday special book summaries. Hello there and welcome back. So in today's segment we are going to talk about 10 days to faster reading. Abby Marks Beale. Book summary. Spoiler alert. Let's start. What are the benefits for me? Read more quickly and remember more of what you read. If you had a personal genie who could grant you 3 wishes, you may start with $1 trillion and the ability to fly. However, some people, particularly those who enjoy reading but never have enough time to read all of the books they want to, may use one wish to get the ability to read at superhuman speed. There's no promise that this book synopsis will provide you superhuman reading abilities, but you don't need a genie to become a quicker and better reader. You simply need to learn how to break certain bad habits and put some tactics into practice. Faster in 10 days reading reveals how we can improve our reading speed in just 10 days. This book summary compiles the greatest approaches, suggestions, and examples from the book. Begin practicing them right away with your daily newspaper or whatever non-fiction material you have sitting about, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a quicker reader while retaining more of what you read. This book summary will teach you why we think about reading incorrectly, how to obtain 40% of a book's material without even reading it, and what happens to your brain when it isn't digesting as much information as it should. Summary Part 1. When people read, they put too much pressure on themselves. There's too much to read and not enough time. It's an issue to which we can all relate. Every day, you come across more intriguing reading material, and your stack of to-read books becomes larger and taller. But the issue isn't always one of time. It's more likely that you're not reading effectively because of a few common reading misunderstandings. To begin with, you don't have to read everything in a book or newspaper to comprehend it. In truth, reading everything that comes across your desk is impossible. Instead, develop the practice of picking and prioritizing what is truly important. We'll go back to it later, but as you'll see, it's pretty simple if you know how to preview the information and effectively identify the sections that genuinely interest you. Second, you don't have to recall everything you read in order to get something from it. We form this misperception about reading at school, where we are pressured to remember everything we read in our textbooks because we will be tested on it. Memorized content, on the other hand, is kept in your short-term memory and is gone after only a few days. If you wish to keep the knowledge for the future, you must devise a simple retrieval method. Try jotting down important information, electronic or on paper, or highlight and make notes in the margins. The materials should then be filed away. This manner, you can readily access the material, and it also relieves the burden of memorizing everything. Finally, many individuals believe that they should not read during working hours. However, the inverse is true. Reading is an essential aspect of your profession. Business people often believe that reading on the job would make them look sluggish. Relevant reading materials, on the other hand, may help you generate new business ideas, keep current on the market, and identify methods to outperform the competition. So, don't be frightened to read at work, it's essential. Summary Part 2. Becoming a better reader is as simple as changing a few bad habits. When you do anything enough times, it becomes a habit, and the same is true for reading. So, what are some of the most common problematic reading habits, and how can you overcome them? Passive daydreaming is a prevalent problematic reading habit. While reading, we are thinking about a million other things, none of which are relevant to what we are reading. Our objective should be to transform this ineffective noodling into active mind wandering, a style of thinking that relates the content we are reading to our own experiences. This manner, we connect two forms of knowledge, what we already know and what we will learn. Making the change is as simple as directing your thoughts in the appropriate way. Consider the following scenario. You're reading an article about Italian art. Allow your thoughts to return to your vacation to Italy last year. That link acts as a type of brain glue on which new knowledge may be easily adhered. Another unproductive behavior is rereading what you've just read. To avoid regression, place a business card over the text you just read, leaving just enough space for the line you're reading. Regression is generally just a waste of time, but if you don't comprehend what the author is saying or come across a word you don't recognize, it's worth going back over the content. Finally, many people subvocalize when reading, mouthing along with the words or mentally whispering the text. The brain can normally handle up to 400 words per minute, but when we read at conversation speed, we only process roughly 150 words per minute. So, simply cease subvocalizing, and you'll be able to process more than twice as many words per minute. When you wish to read quickly and avoid subvocalizing, concentrate on the keywords and pass over the rest. Another approach is to murmur, hum, or chew gum while reading. The rhythms of these noises will help you speed faster. Summary Part 3. Taking shortcuts can help you read faster. So you're aware of the negative behaviors. But how can you improve your reading speed and efficiency? Begin by taking these 3 easy actions. First, have a clear goal in mind and a sense of ownership over what you read. This will assist with organizing as well as concentration. Choose what you want to read and what you don't want to read by asking yourself, why am I reading this? For example, if you want to expand your expertise in a certain subject or stay current on international events, you may toss out professional journals from 2 years ago. Then consider, why do I need this information? It may be for an exam, a conference, or even to assist your child in performing better in school. But if your child is already getting high scores, do you really need to go over their homework every day? So, before you read anything, ask yourself these 2 key questions. If you can't come up with a satisfactory response, don't read anything. Second, preview any non-fiction content before beginning to read to get a sense of what it's about and which portions will be relevant and intriguing to you. Begin by reading the first few introductory paragraphs to get a sense of where the introduction is going. Following that, read the subheadings, titles, and subtitles, which are generally bigger and bold. Finally, read the opening sentence of each paragraph to have a better understanding of the topic of each part. Previewing gives background knowledge, allowing you to read and grasp the content more quickly while eliminating the need to reread. Once you know the background information, you won't need to review everything to be sure you got it right. Previewing will provide you with a significant part, 40%, in fact, of the material's vital content. The remainder is simply elaboration, explanation, or fluff. The third and last stage is to master genuine speed reading techniques, which we'll go through in the book summaries that follow. Summary Part 4. Read only the keywords to speed up your reading. The third stage in becoming a more efficient reader is to learn how to read quicker. Reading instruction for the most of us finished in primary school. Thus our reading methods are rather antiquated. These following book summaries will equip you with fresh reading tactics to try out for yourself. Try them all and discover which ones suit you best. The first method entails focusing solely on keywords and skipping the rest. When we read, our eyes jump about in stops and starts rather than in a steady flow. Finding keywords, or the more significant words in a phrase, is an easy way to improve your flow. They are usually longer than 3 letters and include meaning. Try reading only the words in bold in the following sentence. A succession of phases and factors describe the task. See? You don't need to read the entire statement to find out what it means, so simply read the keywords. Another method is to focus your attention on thinking clusters rather than individual words. Consider the following sentences separated by slashes. By searching for idea groupings, you challenge your eyes to travel quicker while retaining adequate understanding. Comprehending the entire sentence at each halt will necessitate the use of your peripheral vision. You may train your peripheral vision in a variety of methods, including swiftly scanning sentences and attempting to repeat them. If you're stuck in traffic, you may take a quick look at the license plate of the car in front of you and try repeating it loudly. Expect your eyes to feel strained as you practice these tactics. They're merely getting adjusted to a new rhythm. The more you exercise your eye muscles, the better they will be. Summary Part 5. Other techniques to experiment with include reading between the lines and indenting. Here are a few more helpful hints for being a better reader. One technique for breaking the tendency of subvocalizing is to concentrate on the white space directly above each line. This allows you to view the upper half of the letters and hence understand them without being concentrated on the words themselves. The goal here is to go through the words without getting stuck on any of them. You can accomplish this more efficiently if you don't look at the text directly. Another technique, known as the indenting approach, involves using your peripheral vision. Instead of starting each line with your eyes, try directing them half an inch inside the left margin and stopping reading half an inch before the right margin. You'll still be able to see the start and finish of the line using your peripheral vision. By not concentrating on all of the words, you decrease the amount of possible starts and pauses that can occur when skimming over the lines. If your eyes stop 7 or 8 times each line and you can reduce it by only one stop, your overall speed will rise by more than 10%. Some people may find this strange. Draw vertical lines approximately half an inch within both margins to help you get acclimated to starting a line after it really begins on the page. You'll know exactly where to start and end your eye movement this way. It might be hard to relearn a skill that you already know. Just keep going. It's natural for things to become worse before they get better, and the benefits are well worth the effort. Summary Part 6. Lead your eyes with your hand or a pen to create fast reading habits. We usually used a finger or another item to pace our reading and better absorb the words when we were kids. Why should we cease practicing that talent once we've learned to read? We shouldn't, and it may really be extremely beneficial. The eyes instinctively follow movement. For example, if there is a fly in the room, your eyes will quickly see it. Similarly, pointing and moving your fingers may be used to move your eyes across a paragraph more rapidly. When reading narrow columns, such as those found in newspapers, position your index finger in the center of the paragraph, right under the line you're reading. To direct your gaze, move it straight down or in the shape of a snake as you read over a line. Next, in order to avoid regression, cover the text you've previously read. One option is to use a business card, while another is to just use your hand. Make a fist with your left hand while extending your thumb to the side. Simply lay your hand horizontally or vertically over the sentence you just read, covering the content you've previously read. Like the business card strategy, discourages you from revisiting. These approaches may be uncomfortable or even embarrassing, but they will assist you in developing quick reading habits. Just like training wheels, you may remove them when you no longer require them. Book summary. 10 Days to Faster Reading in Review. The following is the book's main message. For the majority of us, reading instruction ends in elementary school, which means our adult reading habits are woefully out of date. To stay up with the fast-paced world, you'll need to relearn how to prioritize, preview, and speed up your reading if you want to get the most out of it. Practical advice: every 20 minutes, take a 20-minute rest. According to research, people can only concentrate successfully for around 20 minutes at a time while reading, so don't overdo it. Take a 5-minute break every 20 to 30 minutes to allow your brain and eyes to rest. Also, don't read for more than an hour without taking a break. So that was the end of today's Sunday special book summaries segment. Ensure that you like, follow, and subscribe to our channel. We are trying to make our presence stronger every passing day by adding value to a platform, by giving and sharing the knowledge of books. Download this segment from Spotify as well as from Amazon Music by clicking on the download button to the right. We are on YouTube by NATTER. Also on Spotify and on Amazon Music as Just Talking by Sam Wrong. Please give us a like. It takes a lot of amount of time to create something this beautiful. Tell me how much you like this segment in the comments section, and until then, cheers.